Happy Sunday, everyone. I am on my way. I'm pretty much at church. I'm going to walk in there now. I would like to thank you guys so much for 900 subscribers. I have been on YouTube for 5 years, and it's really a blessing that I have 900 subscribers. I appreciate you all. Now we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just really appreciate you guys. I thank the man above, because sometimes I feel like my content is boring, but look, I just reached 900 subscribers. If you guys have any kind of content ideas, anything you would like to see, please let me know in the comment section down below. I really love and appreciate you guys. I appreciate the few people that comment. And then just feel free to leave a comment. I love reading you comments, all you guys' comments, and I love replying to all of them. Like I said, it really does lighten up my week, and it definitely just makes a bad day a better day, because I know that either my videos have impacted you in some kind of way, or you just feel like you just needed to say something. So again, thank you guys so much for 900 subscribers, and I hope you guys still continue to tune in and watch my content.
Y'all, real quickly, sorry, it's 7:14 in the morning, but I just got done reading my Bible, and I just love the Lord, y'all. I really just love the Lord. And it's so funny how it's like how people judge people when they've changed. So I was reading 2 Chronicles 32 through 33, and y'all know King Hezekiah, so he died, and his son Manasseh succeeded him as king. He was 12 years old when he became king, right? And he did evil in the eyes of the Lord. I'm kind of just paraphrasing. So he rebuilt the high places his father Hezekiah had demolished. He also erected altars to the Baals, Baals, and made Asherah poles. He bowed down to all the starry host and worshipped them. He built altars in the temple of the Lord, of which the Lord had said, "My name will remain in Jerusalem forever." So he built temples inside of the house of the Lord, y'all. He sacrificed his children in the fire in the valley of Ben Hinnom. He practiced divination and witchcraft, saw omens, and consulted mediums and spiritists, right? He did much evils in the eye of the Lord and arousing the Lord's anger, right? So he also took an image he had made and put it inside of God's temple, right? So he's just an evil king, an evil person altogether. He's literally worshiping the opposite of God, right? So, then you go down a little bit, and it says how he led Judah and the people of Jerusalem astray, so that they all did evil. Sometimes when we sin, we cause other people around us to sin, and we don't even really notice that we're doing that. And the Lord tried to speak to Manasseh, and then, obviously, like I said, when you're not with Christ, or you don't hear when God is trying to speak to you. You don't hear anything at all. It's just nothing. Then he had a army come against them, and they took Manasseh prisoner, put a hook in his nose. They bound him with bronze shackles and took him to Babylon. So here's where it says, 2 Chronicles 33 verse 12. In his distress, he sought the favor of the Lord his God and humbled himself greatly before the God of his ancestors. 13. And when he prayed to him, the Lord was moved by his entreaty and listened to his plea. So he brought him back to Jerusalem and to his kingdom. Then Manasseh knew that the Lord is God, right? So it's he realized I'm really living a bad life. I'm really doing everything wrong. So he was like, I need to turn to the Lord, and I need to repent, and I need to live a better life. So now he got rid of 15. He got rid of the foreign gods and removed the image from the temple of the Lord, as well as the altars he had built on the temple hill and in Jerusalem, and he threw them out of the city. Then he restored the altar of the Lord and sacrificed fellowship offerings and thank offerings on it, and told Judah to serve the Lord, the God of Israel. See, this is where it's funny, because when it comes to real life, when you used to live a life of sin, or even when you're like trying to live the right life and you do a wrong thing, because we're all human, we're all flesh, right? We do the wrong thing sometimes. There's always certain people that want to remind you that, yeah, but you used to do that. So how can you talk against it now? You used to do this. Like, you used to say, hypothetically, you used to curse. Now you don't want to curse anymore. Why? You used to go out and have sex with all these men. Now you don't want to do that. Why? You know, you're always going to have those kind of people that are going to bring up your past and try to hold it against you. And I'm wearing a shirt to church today that says, I don't know if I wore it today, I wore it last week, I don't remember, but if you bring up my past, just know that Jesus dropped the charges, right? Because he has. Jesus says, I don't know if it's really Jesus, but I know it says in the Bible to not think about the past, because the past is gone. So why are you worried about the past? We all lived a life of sin at one point before God reeled us back in. But you're always going to have those people around you. And I had a person like that he's out of my life now. But like little things that I used to do, he still lived that life, but I don't live that life anymore. For example, I used to listen to, like, you know, secular music. I don't really listen to secular music anymore. Now, if I'm out and about or my grandma has a radio on, then that's different. But I don't go and turn it on anymore. And I remember him questioning me, like, why you don't listen to this so-and-so anymore? And I'm like, I just don't like it anymore. You know, it's just, it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't bring me any kind of peace, you know? And then it's like, people will always try to throw your past in your face and try to be like, oh, now you want to be high and mighty, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's high and mighty. I'm just trying to walk the right walk. I'm trying to live a life of faith. I'm trying to give my all to Jesus. You know, I'm not trying to act like I'm better than you. Like, no, I'm trying to humble myself before the Lord. I'm trying to repent of my sins and just, you know, just live the right life, you know. I don't know, I was just reading this and that's just what spoke out to me, because I've had people say stuff like that to me, and it's just always funny. It's like, you're always going to have that. So don't think like, you know, when you give your life to Christ, it's all just sunshine and rainbows, because people are going to really throw your past in your face. And I'm like, yeah, that was me. That was me. But that's not me anymore. You know, even if you're not religious or, you know, a believer, you're going to realize that things you once did before you don't have an interest for it anymore, because you've just changed as a person. You can't fit the same clothes you wore as a baby. What does that mean? You grow, you evolve, you change. So yeah, happy Sunday, you guys. I love you all, and yeah.